Greetings from the United States of America. Ain't ever beautiful. I love New York. On November 3rd, Election Day, MSG Madison Square Garden proudly welcomes the election to Madison Square Garden. And here is, if MSG Lobby is your polling site, enter here. What an iconic location for voting, and what an election to be working on. And so I am working the 2020 presidential election this year, and you look on the ground, vote here, and they will lead you into Madison Square Garden above Penn Station. Now I'm working this year as an inspector for the presidential election. Here is the exiting point for folks leaving after they have voted, and you can see there is not a lot of activity right here at Madison Square Garden. That's because this year, New York successfully did early voting. And I saw voting going around the block starting on the first day. Some people said that they waited 3 and 4 hours to get into Madison Square Garden. And if you're wondering about this location, because my polling site was in one of the public schools, you can see Madison Square Garden proudly supports New York Election Day voting. You're exiting the actual entrance to Madison Square Garden right behind the ATM machines. Now, what has it been like inside on the presidential election day in New York City? I can verify for you because I have been here since 5 a.m. and it has been absolutely a wonderful experience. We have not turned away one single voter. Again, not one single voter was turned away here today, and we were giving out we were giving out voter registration forms. I'll show you a little bit about that once we get closer to Macy's, because I wanted to show you a little bit what, like, New York, the vibe is on the streets, because you can see the subways are not running at 5 a.m., which was the early morning call, but Macy's is indeed boarded up, as well as many of the streets on, many of the shops on 34th Street are also boarded up. Rainbow is boarded up, AT&T is boarded up, and if you were to walk down the block, you would just see wooden boards and wooden boards. So what was it like at the polls? Again, nothing but ease. Because New York successfully did early voting, I could tell you I did not have one angry voter today. I did not have one person. And as an inspector, I walked around from table to table at the poll site, covering for people and checking things out. I did not see one person turned away. Makes you very happy. There is the Empire State Building, set up in red, white, and blue. But I haven't gotten to the best part yet. And since it's a little bit quieter here on the Miracle on 34th Street, you can see the Believe is set up in front of Macy's. That's their Christmas slogan. And so there is hope for a regular New York to return after a much worried about election. Now the fun stuff. PPE. How is my employer, the Board of Elections in the city of New York, treating us? Well, got a few things here. They are providing us with disinfecting wipes. We have a full bucket of disinfecting wipes that people can clean anything they want. It's the size of like a 5-gallon paint jar. People are keeping their own stylus pens for when they are voting, because people are voting in person, as well as there is drop-off, but people are keeping their pens this year. We are giving out the I voted stickers. The I voted stickers. And then there's something else I want to talk about that not a lot of people are familiar with. They think of it as junk mail, and it is referred to as your fast pass. I will show you that right here. These are coming in the mail. You can see there is the Statue of Liberty with her mask on. There is a scannable card in there for you to check in automatically, and it makes life very simple, and it helps to guarantee your vote counts. Now what happens, you can see there's no activity on the street here on 34th Street any more than, actually there's less than on a regular work day, which today is, for some reason, Election Day is not a holiday in the United States of America, so this is regular work traffic. Now, when people show up and this is not their voting site, because that is one of the things that came up today, they can vote via an affidavit ballot. It is the same paper ballot, but there's just some additional information that we collect to make sure that you're registered properly in the voting system. And I had a person without a home registering today, and they were able to use their local post office for general pickup delivery, and that was an interesting scenario working at the election site that I have never seen before. So some interesting things that I learned today. Now, my favorite part of today, and I think a lot of people, it is their favorite part of today, and I have a prop for you. I have a prop for you, and this is something that I will take the liberty of saying that all of the people who work the Pollsite prefer this position. And that is when a child comes in to the voting location. Are you ready? Giving this sticker to a child is the most uplifting, profoundly joyful experience of the entire process. I am a future voter. And I asked the kids, would you like an I am a future voter sticker? And they all stick out their hands. And you know, kids love stickers. But guess what? They're also seeing their adult, their guardian, their parent. They're seeing them vote. So there is an element that this process can be joyful. And if you're looking at 34th Street, boarded up, and your parents are bringing you to vote and you're seeing the news coverage, it can be pretty much a deterrent. But that all changes when you see the future of the United States of America at the polling site. Joy of all joys. Now, do we get to vote when we are working? Yes. If you are working, they do make a special ballot available for us. So those of us who are working as inspectors, as in scanners, they are New York residents, and we are able to vote. That is the much talked about potentially contested election with no results to be given from New York, and it's absolutely been a seamless process with no one turned away. Absentee voter registration. Do that one again. Voter registration cards. We have been giving these out in multiple languages. Translators on site. I can honestly tell you that I have not seen a single person turned away, a single ballot not filed, or anyone who was at the wrong voting site not accommodated. They've either filled out an affidavit ballot or they went to their location. Like, for example, a woman came to Penn Station and her voting site was up on Amsterdam on the Upper West Side, and she had the option of filling out the affidavit ballot here at Madison Square Garden or going back up to Amsterdam Avenue, and she was given all of the information and accommodated at site. Ooh, I think I'm seeing something I like here in Penn Station, and it really capitalizes on today. It is the flag of the United States of America. Wow, that's a beautiful view. Next time you're heading to Penn Station, Do not forget to look up. And for those of you who haven't voted, there are no lines. For those of you who early voted, so people could vote today without lines, thank you, thank you, thank you. And this is a report from ever beautiful I Love New York on Election Day. Till next time.